guys, it's Tori with Bella+Canvas, and this video is all about color. If you've ever been stumped about what color ink to pair with a specific color t-shirt, then this video is for you. We're going to sit down with our art director to discuss 3 different ways to pair color.
Today we're going to talk about the basics of the color wheel. So here we have the color wheel. You have the colors that are lighter that go on the inside and the colors that are darker on the outside. Generally, the colors on the outside are called shades. The colors on the insides are called tints. So a lot of other brands, they will give you basic colors like primary reds, your blues, your yellows, and your Kelly greens. But for us, we kind of try to push the envelope a bit and pull from our tints and shades. Designing and figuring out how to choose the right color to pair with your Bella+Canvas tee, you should have a good understanding of color relationships. So let's start with the monochromatic colors. Monochromatic colors start with a hue and you go either lighter or darker. Today we're going to start with PMS 5575 Heather Dusty Blue. You can find our PMS colors on our color card or our digital catalog, which is on our site. Generally, when mixing inks, you would start with a base color and you can add either a white to make it lighter or a darker to make it a shade. So this would be a tint and this would be the shade and this would be the hue at 100%. These are basic examples of how I would use this. I mean, I designed these particular designs because the idea was to create a bit of subtlety. Another color relationship we'll explore is complementary. Generally, this means that it is the opposite of the color on the color wheel. So you'll find it directly on the other side. A great example are the LA Lakers. They are purple and gold, and they work really well, especially for sports teams because they're really bright. And these generally create a lot of contrast, especially when you have a blue and a red. You'll see that they, at a primary color, they'll be pretty jarring together. So even though they are contrasting colors, if you put them on top, you kind of have to be careful. You can choose probably a tone or a shade, lighter or darker. Joseph Albers wrote this book on color theory and how color has a relationship with each other. For example, Storm, which is this shirt. It pushes a bit of gray and a bit of purple. But if you put a print onto here that might be blue, it might appear gray on this shirt because what's happening is that the purple from this shirt is pulling in the blue. So the print itself will appear gray. So we have our Heather Dusty Blue and here we have kind of a dusty pink. Here's an example of how this would look. The third color relationship we're going to talk about is analogous. On the color wheel, if this is our base hue, we can go to the left side, which is more cool, or onto the right side, which is more warm. And here are a few examples of how that might look. You can actually see what I was talking about in color relationships here. This is appearing more green because now this is a blue-green. This is how things will influence each other. With color relationships, you want to make sure that you're picking just the right tone. So feel free to pick different versions of these shades so that they won't be as jarring. Monochromatic, complementary, and analogous aren't the only color relationships there are. There are several dozen more. And to find those, you can turn to Illustrator's Color Guide. You'll find your color guide by going to the Windows panel, clicking on Color Guide. If you use the drop-down panel here, it gives you a whole array of color relationships, the ones that we've discussed, and so much more. There are a few more resources out there. I'm a bit of a traditionalist, and I kind of referred to this book called Color Index by Jim Krause. This is a very old version. They have a newer version, but what's great about it is that it already gives you kind of different color schemes, and it's a really good handy book to have as for your basics. Another book that I had mentioned earlier was Joseph Albers' Interaction of Color, and that's kind of where you learn how color influences each other. So don't be afraid of color. Bella+Canvas provides such a great array of all these unique colors, a way for you to explore different shades and different tints, and just keep designing.
Don't forget, you can head on over to our website and check out our image gallery where you can download images of our products and put your designs on them digitally so you can see how the color relationships work. All of the resources that Michelle mentioned are also linked in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Let us know what you thought in the comment section, and we'll see you next time.